welcome to the Macho Show! I am on a Medusa. And it is a lovely day here in the world of macho-ness. And I am, of course, joined by my lovely co-host, Mr. Madcat. How are you?
I'm not loving. I'm macho.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Hell yes. Of course, the even more animancer. Sorry, Madcat.
Wow. I see how it is. Damn. I'm gonna refresh real fast because I'm getting a little bit of lag on Google Hangouts, but I'll be right back in here in a second.
Well, I think that's
You
on
better
Medusa
be.
because I'm also getting lag.
Oh really? Okay.
Well,
That might be.
what am I doing? Help!
Help me! Help me!
Maybe it's your internet connection.
Well, I'm gonna disconnect from
Rip.
the thing, and hopefully that'll help a little bit.
All right. Yeah, if you're using all your internets, then you're not gonna be able to, to use your internet. It's crazy.
God dang thought spot. That's the name of my hotspot.
Thought spot. The thought
Yes.
spot. Okay, cool. I can get behind that.
And I'm turning off my Discord because someone keeps complaining about it.
Oh yeah, I wonder who that could be.
And nothing of value was lost.
What the fuck did that say?
And nothing of value was lost.
Oh my god, what the hell is that from? That sounds like Willy Wonka.
Willy
It's
Wonka.
from the TV show The Critic.
Oh yeah, I remember that show.
I've never seen it.
I mean, I guess I don't remember it because I wasn't out when it came out, but I've seen it before. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
It is one of the greatest series that failed multiple times.
Yeah, it's true. It's crazy, like how much shit that show went through, but it's really entertaining, and so much less quality like adult animation makes it through these days on like Fox and everything. So it's just crazy that that show wasn't able to find its audience. It was just the wrong time frame, I guess. Yeah, it was it was like an animated like a show, I'm
gonna have to look that up.
Yeah.
Kind of in the same vein as The Simpsons, but it spent its time mostly making fun of movies.
Yeah, yep.
Okay.
Like the XYZ Men.
Oh.
Examine your zippers, so they always had their zippers down.
That's great. Yeah, that was a good. That's the thing. Like they tried to after that show went away, they tried to revive it like as like an internet like cartoon, right?
I remember that.
Really?
Yeah, but the internet just wasn't big enough back then to support like independent animation. Yeah, yeah, that too. But
they made a joke that they were trying to render his body, but he was just so fat that he could.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's great. That's great.
And I watched that back on dial-up days. I mean, you had high-speed internet, but it was way too expensive. So I was still using a 56.6 modem back in the day.
That's crazy. Different age, man. Different age.
Oh man.
But yeah, how's your mead been treating you? Good.
Oh yeah, it's been treating me well. If you guys haven't seen the stream I did last night, you should check it out.
Yeah.
Oh, and if
I
you like,
check out your stream, if you know what I mean.
Oh come on, ew.
Ew. Yeah, that's gross.
Yeah, if you like my outfit, you can send me birthday presents on my Amazon wish list in the description. Fuck, I hope I fixed the
Let's just say
thing.
Let's just say in her outfit, she's at full attention.
Always, pretty much. Yeah, you're not wrong. Oh.
All right, so let's go ahead to talk about our show topic. As we discussed last week, we reviewed the year in review. This week, we're doing the new year. And as goofy as we are, this is a serious topic because, like I said, Christmas, New Year's, and Valentine's Day, it's the worst time to be a single guy. It's the worst time to be in a relationship because you have to give so much of your money to your significant other. Well, they don't really have to give you anything in return. If you're in that relationship, dump the bitch, honestly.
Yeah.
If
You don't need
not going to give you anything or at least put out, dump her. But
oh, words to live by.
So the thing about New Year's is we often have the New Year's resolutions, which most of us make, and then we decide a few weeks later we're not going to do them. But I want to challenge people this year around to actually set out for a new year, for a New Year's resolution. New Year's resolution is about rebirth, about making ourselves better. And we live in a world today where women have such high standards of what they want, even above their own means. And we're so focused on what they want, we forget what we want as men. And I say, to hell with the women. Let's focus on ourselves. Let's make ourselves happier. Let's not define ourselves by what women want, because they don't know what they want. They really have no clue. Maybe Vanessa is a rare exception, but they just want more and more and more. And when we try to feed into that, we're always going to disappoint them. We need to spend this year focusing on ourselves, because the true key to finding a great woman is for men to be happy with themselves, to be confident in themselves. And the only way we can do that is to say, fuck you, bitch. I'm not going to become what you want me to become. I'm going to make myself happy. I'm going to do what makes me feel good. And so this year, that's what I'm going to be doing this year. In fact, I've been doing that for a while. But, you know, I've started doing yoga, DDPY yoga, or DDP yoga, which is more manly yoga, more macho yoga, because it's by the former wrestler Diamond Dallas Page. And I've only been doing it for a month, and I'm very happy by the results. And no, this is not a plug for them, but I would encourage you to check it out. But I feel better with my body than I have in a very long time. And this is kind of an embarrassing thing, but I'll admit it. I'm able to tie my shoe thanks to this. Because before that, the idea of like bending over and trying to tie my shoe, I could not do it at all. I'd have to bend in a weird way just to get my shoe tied, or I just leave it untied as a whole. Now, I can easily put my leg on my bed and then just tie my shoe without any thought, without any pain. And that's been an improvement for me. I've noticed increased flexibility. I'm able to move a lot easier. But this is just one avenue. Focus on our body. You know, are you happy with your career? Do you think it sucks? Set yourself out to get a better job. You know, train yourself in a new skill. There's so many things out there on the internet that you can train yourself to do something else and make a career out of it. You know, it's a lot of hard work, and anything great should be a lot of hard work, but you have it within yourself to make yourself to be the person you desire to be, not what some woman desires you to be, which will never be good enough, but make yourself who you want to be, make yourself happier, make yourself more successful, and the women will come to you. And then you can beat them off with a stick. Well, not literally, because then you'll go to jail, because the women are like, I was oppressed. You know, but make yourself better, make yourself happier, and then you will get the relationship you desire. Just don't get married.
I'm being repressed.
No, I absolutely agree. One thing I wanted to say is that fucking 2018 was definitely the year of the spoiled bitch. Cause like I just saw an increased amount of chicks who were just cancer.
Nothing's enough.
Yeah,
Nothing is enough.
exactly. Like, fucking, and not only that, but then there's a lot of women, not a lot of women, but there are women who, expect all this stuff and then abuse their boyfriends. And I know someone, my childhood friend's sister ended up beating her boyfriend really bad and breaking his tooth with her boot, and also breaking a beer bottle in his face, like in his mouth. And like,
Oh my god, it's hard to break a beer bottle. Jesus
dude,
Christ.
right? Like, fuck. Like, you gotta have some, like, that's what I'm saying. Bitches have one of my old friends, but so yeah, like I really don't understand like the balls that some of these women have. Like, they got some big fucking balls to be like doing shit like that. Because I mean,
It's the
people
fact that
aren't
they
gonna
can't
be
get
taking
kicked in
it.
any balls. The fact that they do that type of shit, man.
True. Oh my, I just watched the episode of King of the Hill where Peggy got kicked in the non-balls.
That's
and
my
she's just
purse.
like, yeah, exactly. She's just like, I'll see. You will find that I have noticed, please.
Yeah, as
Like that, but yeah.
as soon as that episode ended, I was like, man, I can't believe that Tim Monk would do that. You know, that's crazy.
That's fucking hilarious. Oh my god.
Well, I want to take a question from the chat from La Morte, the French version of death, apparently. He says, well, Mad Cat is so unhappy. How can he possibly know what a good woman is when he is such
come on.
odds with himself? No, it's a good question.
No, it is, yeah.
But you know what? The way I look at it is, I'm not happy about my situation, but I'm right now positively unstoppable. I'm focusing on the end game. I'm focusing on my goal that within 2 to 3 years, I will be financially self-sufficient, that I can take care of myself. Am I unhappy? Yeah, I'm unhappy, but I'm working to make myself happier. It might take me a few years, but that is where my focus is. So how do I know what a good woman is? Well, I really don't, but I know what a bad woman is. The last girl I was with was definitely a bad woman, that she was financially abusive. She was physically abusive, mentally abusive. I mean, we're talking about a woman. I was trying to tell her that she was abusing our relationship because, what ended up happening is that I would have to leave for several hours of the day. And the only place I could go was to the McDonald's across the street, or actually across the way. It was only like 300 yards away. But I'd have to go to McDonald's and I'd have to sit there for several hours until I was allowed to come back home, because she would have her kids there and she didn't want to introduce me to her kids. The problem is that she kept staying with her kids longer and longer. So what started off as being out for 5 hours soon turned into 13 hours that I would be sitting in McDonald's.
That's too much. Too many hours at McDonald's.
Yeah, seriously.
So I was trying to tell her, like, look, you're trying to spend time with your kids more and more, and I understand that. And that's when she snapped. She rushed at me, picked up my laptop, and started beating me with it. And I know what she was trying to do. She wanted to destroy my laptop because she knew that any chance that I had in this world was through my laptop. I was doing freelance writing. So she wanted to destroy that while also hurting me at the same time. And that is definitely a bad woman. So I know I don't want to be anywhere near that again. And all the warning signs I saw, I'm going to try to apply that anytime I meet another woman. I don't know if I'll ever be in another relationship again, but if I'm going to, I want to make sure that she lives up to my standards. I don't want her to live up to her standards so much as she needs to live up to mine. And if she can't, then she's gone. I'm not going to make special concessions to women anymore.
Mm-hmm. That's such a weird escalation too. Like what causes a person to hurt someone with a laptop? Like, of
Alcohol.
course it's not funny at all, but like the situation is kind of odd, you know, like just why, you know, I mean, you explained why, but like just the way that, you know, that escalated, it's so strange. Women, like
Well-
they just they grab whatever they fucking see, I guess, and they're just like, I'm going to destroy. Oh god. Men just I don't know.
Well, I want to respond to Mr. As the French say, as he says, as the French say, bitches be crazy. I think the French say, les bitches crazy.
Oh my god.
But, you know, there's actually
Wow.
several different factors. You kind of have to hear the whole story to kind of understand what happened in that moment. Not that it excuses her. If anything, it makes her a lot worse. But I later learned she was actually drunk. I didn't know it at the time. She loved to drink so much alcohol, and she would often get me to buy her alcohol. It's like, oh, I don't have any money. Can you please buy me some alcohol? And after a while, I stopped because she was an angry drunk. And then she's like, oh, well, I think I have a couple of dollars. So, like, if you have a couple of dollars to buy alcohol, then why are you begging me, someone who was just homeless? So,
selfish.
I think Mr. would like to come on and talk about his tale of woe.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I wasn't sure if you wanted me to send him the link yet or not, but I will let him know.
Yeah, go ahead.
He's watching, but yeah, get the fuck on here, motherfucker.
But yeah, I mean, we're talking about the abuses of women, which kind of tie into what we're talking about now about improving yourself. I mean, we don't really know what a good woman is because they are so few and far between. I mean, Andrew got this one, stupid Andrew. But we know what bad women are. And if we know what the bad women are and we know what the warning signs are, then we can avoid them.
Yeah. That's what I try to tell men that try to tell me, like, oh, I'll take you out and buy you all this shit. I'm like, no. If a woman wants you to do that, that's shitty. Like, that's okay.
Yeah, that's not how you win over someone's fucking heart and affection, right? No. You don't just give them a bunch of material things and say, here. No. You don't just give them your 12-inch schlong and be like, here, use this to love. You know?
Exactly.
You do that. Like, you do that after your friends. Then you give them your 12-inch schlong. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, like, you know, of course, it's perfectly okay for people to give mutual gifts or even like random gifts that aren't returned. Yeah. But if you're just one-sidedly spoiling someone to no end and they like appreciate it, there's something wrong.
If you give something to someone expecting something back, then you don't get the concept of gift giving at all. Honestly.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
that's true.
I will say this before we bring Mr. on here. Yes, I already see him.
Whoa.
Yeah. But here's the kicker: is that we live in an age where women want equality, but still want men to pay for the dates. And I'm sorry to say that if a woman is not willing to pay half by default, she's not worth having. Now, if she's like, well, you know, maybe you can get me this time and I'll get you next time, that's fine. She gets the next date.
Fine.
If she's
or
not
even if it's your thing to be chivalrous.
What's
it
up?
Can be, even if it's their thing to be chivalrous, that's totally fine. If that's your thing, go for it. But establish that.
Well, no, even if you want to be chivalrous, that's fine. You want to pay for everything, that's fine. But her attitude shouldn't be, oh, you're going to pay for everything? Okay, then.
I'll just be a lazy fuck.
She has to make up for it in some way. And I'm not talking about sex. I mean, she shouldn't have to prostitute herself, but she has to do something to compensate for the fact that you're being so chivalrous. She has to be willing to go down the line with you for full equality in the relationship and not prey on your desire to be chivalrous. Yeah. She's just not worth having at that point.
Join our Discord. It's in the chat.
Yeah, join the Discord or else.
Yeah.
Don't use the link in the description because it's wrong. But use the one. We'll get that fixed eventually.
Good times to be had by all.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And now we have Mr. because I refuse to pronounce his last name.
Mr. Misanthropic.
Yeah, my tongue doesn't work that way.
Yeah, I wanted to come in like Sophane wearing the spiked sunglasses, but then I remembered I can't see shit without my glasses
my
on, so I
God.
gotta put my actual glasses.
Wait, you guys are telling me this isn't Sophane? Holy
God
shit!
damn it!
Oh,
You
wait,
tricked me.
wait, no, I mean I am Sophane.
Oh shit! What did Sophane get in here, dude?
Yeah, bro.
Oh my God.
No, but I am meeting up with Poisoning the Well at
Sweet.
in Knoxville, and they're signing these sunglasses.
Oh,
Really?
dude.
Oh,
Sweet.
that's awesome. Wait,
That's
Knoxville,
awesome, dude.
Tennessee?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I
Is
used
there
to live
another
in
one?
Yeah, there's Knoxville,
There's
Pennsylvania.
another one?
Yeah.
Oh, really? I had no
Knoxville,
idea.
Pennsylvania.
Knoxville,
I had
Utah.
no idea.
Really?
Mhm.
I don't know if that's true, but it just sounds like it would be. But don't worry about seeing anything, because I mean, what's the worst you could see? Medusa's nip slip, so you don't need to see anything.
That doesn't sound like a worst case scenario.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Do you actually listen to yourself when you speak, or do you find you drift in and out?
Are you saying that to yourself or
I tend to drift in and out as I talk.
No, yeah, me too.
Uh,
I thought it was Roy Orbison. Who the fuck is that?
Well, when you have a tattoo on your ass,
Wait, what?
have a tattoo
Is that
of
what
Ray
you have?
Orbison on your ass.
I haven't gotten drunk enough yet to get a tattoo on my ass.
I might one day, but my ass is so nice, I don't know if I would want to.
But it definitely
got a
won't be
rule.
Ray Orbison.
Well, I've got a rule, like I don't want to cover my bits. I don't want to get any piercings or anything because I just don't want to fuck it up.
Get
got
nipple
some
piercings.
No! No! They will
No, you
destroy
don't-
my nipples!
Yeah, no, you can't ruin perfection. So
No.
Okay. Here's the thing. If you get nipple piercings, then you can't let anyone suck your tits for like several months. And I don't think you can go
Oh,
that
fuck
long
that.
with this
I
stuff.
mean, I
Fuck that.
probably would anyways, but
But it would hurt and it would get infected.
I still suck dick after I got my tongue. Oh, that's funny. Animancer wasn't here for that. But yeah,
But you
No.
wanted to share a story.
Yeah. Yeah, it was it kind of goes back to what you were talking about earlier when it comes to psycho bitches being psycho bitches.
yeah.
Okay, so basically there was this girl I was dating, and pretty much everyone except me could see that it was a terrible decision because none of them were having sex with her. I was. And so, you know, she'll suck the soul out of your body and apparently my brain as well. So but some shit happened. I found out that she was fucking like 3 other dudes because she was like the epitome of a whore.
Damn.
Yeah, and she was like trying to tell me that she was pregnant with my kid, and I did the math. She tried to tell me it's like she was like 17 weeks pregnant, and I did the math, and I hadn't even known her for 17 weeks.
How
Wow.
fucking dumb do you have to be?
So I was just like, yeah. So it was basically just pulled a Nick Fuentes and be gone thoughted her, and for some dumb reason, and she was living with me at this point, and that was my second mistake. So and then so when she was getting some of her shit to get out, like a friend of mine was there and we were drinking. I don't know what the hell she was doing. It was like she grabs some of her shit, comes back like an hour later, she's acting really weird, and is all sobbing and crying about me dumping her. And then the next thing I know she goes into the kitchen, grabs a kitchen knife, and tries to pull a Chris Benoit and do the whole murder-suicide thing. Which...
Oh, damn.
Yeah. Yeah, and I still actually have a scar on my arm from that.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I pretty much emptied my entire med kit, my entire med kit, stopping her from dying on my floor. Which by the way, blood is an absolute fucking nightmare to get out of a hardwood floor. No matter how many times, no matter how much you mop that shit, that's
you just have a red floor now.
Yeah, hey, a blood stain is orange after you wash it 3 or 4 times. But it's you just have a really orange spot on your floor.
Damn.
And so this crazy bitch literally like pulled the tourniquet off of her arm that I put on her, because she like slashed her arm from like here to here like 4 times with the knife.
That's fucking crazy.
You know, it's interesting that you talk about, you know, like the warning signs and that everyone else saw them and you didn't. And, you know, I talked about the warning signs myself, and there were quite a few with Jenny. Oh, I shouldn't have said her name. Oh, well, no one knows who she is.
Jenny from Forrest Gump.
Yeah. She was abusive. But anyways, one of the warning signs that I should have noticed right away is I was driving her back to the airport. She had come out to visit me in Philadelphia before I'd went out to Detroit to live with her. And we were driving back, and we were just having like a silly, nerdy conversation that started getting into a heated debate. And I was driving at the time, and I nearly hit someone else. And I told her, look, you know, we need to table this conversation, you know, because I need to focus on driving. I nearly got us killed because of this conversation. So we just need to stop this conversation right now. Seems logical. She continued the conversation because she can't leave anything unsaid. She has to be right at all times. And I should have realized right then and there that she was bad news, because she was willing to put our lives on the line when I told her, if we continue having this conversation, we will die in a car accident. And she put her need to be right above our safety. I should have just like, okay, I cannot be with you right then and there.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah. Yeah, the bitch also stole $400 from me. This is the kind of bitch who would like who would steal your shit and then fake a break-in and help you look for the shit that she stole. Yeah.
Grinds my gears.
Yeah.
Fuck, I hate sneaky bitches. Ugh. See, okay. I have a story. Oh, were you going to say something about Kat?
Well, I wanted to tell about my personal experience, but I can go after you.
Okay, well, see, it's not my experience, but an experience that I was told. Oh, man. So this guy, he's told me some very strange things. Like earlier, when I was watching Pimp Monk stream, I shared that he was dating a woman for, I think, no, it was an entire month. And then when they got in the bedroom, that's when he found out that it was a dude.
Oh, shit.
No. When he slid his hand down his pants, that was when he realized.
No.
And you know what he said? He said, okay, after tonight, we're through. And then he went ahead and
no, wait a minute, Pimp. No. Pimp, no.
Okay, so that wasn't the story. But yeah, so this guy.
Oh, wait, what? That wasn't even the story?
Oh, my God.
So
accidental bugger is accidental.
So this guy had, he was given a house by his parents, and he was like, renting it out to people. So, he pretty much he was also staying there and with his girlfriend, and he told me, I can't remember what he said he went away for, but he said he was gone for like 3 days, and then sorry, when he came back, he went up, he went in the house, went into the bedroom, and witnesses her just getting full on gangbanged.
God damn.
And
Wow.
he's just like, dude, get the fuck out.
God damn.
Yeah, but like, it's like, why? Why would you want to do shit like that? It's fucking insane. Like,
in his house?
yeah, in
That's
his house.
the
Like,
ultimate
couldn't
disrespect
have
right
found
there.
a bank
God
bust
damn.
or something.
Get
I'd be
him,
like,
get a motel room, you cheap bitch. They're $50.
Right?
I'd be
Shit.
like,
I'm
guys,
sure
I
each of
know
those
it's
dudes
not
had
your
$5.
I'd be like, guys, I
know.
know it's not your fault, but I think you understand you should replace the sheets. I mean, come on.
Right? Come
Yeah.
on, at least.
Everyone drop $5 in the hat to buy me new sheets.
Yep, please. Thank you.
Yeah, buy him a prostitute too, just to make his day a little bit better, right?
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Vanessa, go ahead and send the email link in the chat. Someone wants to email you. Oh, you saw it. Okay.
Oh god. Well, okay. I mean, you can either message me on Twitter or email me, but email I'll have to open. Hang on.
So let's
it's
talk-
helpmemacho@gmail.com.
I very much agree, Freedom.
Freedom.
Freedom!
So we're talking about bitches that steal money. That was the part of the story I wanted to focus on. So when I had gone to Detroit, I was actually staying in a homeless shelter when I first got there. And after it was about 3 weeks before I first saw her, which is also kind of fucked up when you think about it. But I'm like, okay, so what do you want to do today? And she's like, I don't know. What do you want to do? I'm like, well, it's your city. You tell me what to do, But she's like, well, we could rent a hotel room. And I'm like, well, the only problem with that is I have to be back by the shelter by 3. It was already like 10 a.m. And it's like, we go there. We're not going to have that much time together. She's like, well, you could rent it for like me and my kids so I could spend some time with them. Hint, hint, she wanted me to get her a hotel room for her own selfish needs, which, by the way, we didn't have sex that day. We were supposed to, but she decided to take a nap instead. But when we finally got to the hotel room, because she coerced me into it, she's like, hey, do you mind if I borrow your card so I could go get some alcohol, so we can celebrate? Whoa. Like, okay. I had no reason to distrust her yet. Yeah. So she went out. And she came back and she gave me 3 receipts. I'm like, what the fuck? And she's like, well, I went to the first place, but they didn't have any alcohol. I'm like, but you still bought something, $18 worth of something. It's like, well, I picked up a few other things. And she did that at every store until the last one when she finally found alcohol. So something that could have probably only cost me like $5, $10 ended up costing me like $40. I'm like, you spent $40 that I didn't have after already spending money on a hotel room? And she's like, oh, I promise I'll pay you back. Then we were supposed to go to the movies at a later time. And she's like, oh, I'll pay for the movie and everything. And then the last minute, she's like, do you mind if you pay for the movie? I just don't have any money. And it's like, you wait a minute to spring this on me? And then one other time after that, we were supposed to go to a science museum to make up for the fact that I paid for the movie. And she's like, oh, I'll pay for it. I'll pay for everything. And then last minute, she's like, do you mind if you pay for it? And I think
you'd actually go?
The audacity of this bitch.
Well, yeah, I was living in a shelter. I had nothing else to do.
Oh my god.
And I was trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, which was a mistake. But I was just like, you know what? We're both in a tough time right now. She needs a little bit of help because I'm going to be moving in with her soon, and I want to show her that I can compromise. But she just kept draining me dry of money, and I didn't have that much. I was homeless. I was doing freelance work for a couple $100 a month. And soon I was spending all of my money to accommodate her, and she just kept asking for more, and more.
Ugh. Sorry, I did not mean to laugh, but
No, it's
average.
fine. I understand. You're laughing at how absurd it all
No,
is.
I was laughing at the chat because Average Jake said, "How does it feel, or how does it not feel weird being digitally surrounded by a bunch of dudes talking shit about a lot of women?" It feels like home.
Well, first of all, like, to answer that seriously, she knows that we're not talking about her and that we're not talking about all fucking women, obviously. Like, I mean, that there's some...
But I can see like good and bad qualities of both genders. So.
Yeah. Like, there's guys, like, a shocking revelation that a lot of people on the internet just can't comprehend. Like, there's bad men and women out there. Whoa!
Oh no!
Holy shit! Are you kidding me? What?
There's a good quality to women.
Yeah. What?
This is earth-shattering. Contact the universities. We have to study this. We need science on this shit, like, right now.
We need studies.
You can't rely on the universities. They're all feminists.
Oh my god. No, dude. When I was in college, that I had to do this. That was actually pretty impressive. In order to be able to attend class, I had to do this entire fucking like online quiz on rape.
No, I had to do that too.
Yeah, the not anymore rape bullshit. I mean, yeah, it was like the preliminary test, because like, since I spent time in the army, we get that shit like every fucking year, no matter what. So it was like all the stuff I already knew all the answer to. It's like I only got one question wrong. I think it was like, is it ever okay to rape someone? But you're supposed to laugh at that.
Sorry, I only heard the last 2 seconds.
I was waiting for
okay, so you got the part that matters, basically.
Hey, look, if she orders the lobster, that's definitely anal. But
hey, if she asks for rape, then it's okay to rape her.
Yes, consensual rape is always nice.
Yeah, I found out that apparently, like, rape role play is a big thing.
You didn't know?
I took a class on that one.
You just found that out? Seriously?
I seriously just found that out.
Bruh.
I once taught a class on the proper etiquette for rape role play.
Oh my god!
And that is the greatest thing I've ever heard on the internet.
Yep. Oh my gosh. Hell yeah.
Just shut it all down.
I did it at a Fascinations. They had like a whole room dedicated to education, and the local BDSM group allowed me to teach a whole class. I had like 20 students there. So
wow. That's pretty awesome.
I doffed my digital
teach a class on kinks, like shit.
Hold on. Wait.
Oh god. What are you getting? Is it a vlogger?
Take it off.
Nope. I doffed my hat to you.
Oh my god.
Yes, I own
it. Be something way kinkier.
But if
that's all in a box over there somewhere.
Really, mine's just scattered all over this fucking room.
Well, I'm trying not to lose my shit. I'm trying not to lose like my handcuffs and full body fuck harness again.
Yeah, definitely not lose that. But if we want some horror stories about modern Medusa, I have plenty of those.
I am
some horror stories, yeah.
Wait, yeah, horror or horror. Either way, I'm in. Let me just.
I want to know. Tell me.
Well, there's this one time that she's like, "I'm going to show you my titties," and then at the last minute, she's like, "No, I'm not going to."
Like, and then she's like, "Actually, can you pay for this instead, please?"
Oh my god, that's fucking awesome. Yes, pay for the titties. But speaking of which, you can give me a birthday tip.
Yeah.
Medusa's Gorgons. Tip. Tip.
I need the Archer voice of just the tip.
Go to the link in the chat. The link's in the chat.
Do that, and then you will possibly get GIFs and or videos and or pictures.
It's GIF.
GIF.
GIF is a peanut butter. GIF is
I love GIF in my mouth.
I have a whole argument of why GIF
I don't care if it's graphic.
Interchange
care.
format. Since when is graphic pronounced with a J?
Don't care.
Look at the
Don't
word
care.
radar.
Look at the word what?
Radar.
Radar.
It's an acronym.
RADAR.
Yeah. And what does those letters stand for?
Oh, that's an acronym?
Yeah, it is.
What?
Wait, what?
Okay,
Seriously?
scuba. Scuba is another acronym, but the way that we pronounce the U is incorrect for underwater.
No shit.
Wait,
It should be pronounced scuba, but we have pronounced it scuba.
I didn't even know that was an acronym.
Yeah, scuba is an acronym.
Everything I know is a lie. Everything I know is a lie.
Oh my god, fuck. No, but I'm still gonna say GIF because I had to go through so much. I was saying GIF, and then I got criticized for saying that. So then I went back to GIF, and you know what happened? I got criticized for saying GIF, and then I was like, okay, fuck it, I'm just saying GIF. So fuck you.
I'm just giving you shit. No one actually knows the actual way to pronounce it. Everyone will argue on
the
their
creator
sides.
thinks that it's GIF. So
Well, the creator's wrong. But moving on.
The creator of something knew anything about it.
I'm gonna create something, and you're gonna like.
Here's the thing.
Is your new creation going to be porn? Because I will absolutely like it. I will create a Pornhub account just to like it.
Wow.
We'll see.
You see, I don't say GIF or GIF. I actually say it like a way that's different than both of those because I just love to piss everyone off possible, right?
What?
And I'm just, I don't know. Let me make it up off the top of my head. Right? Jarf. I call it Jarf. That's what I say. Jarf.
It's goth.
Yes, goth.
Thanks to Padina, scuba stands for self-contained underwater breathing apparatus.
Apparatus. Yeah.
Did you know that it's actually pronounced Vincent Van Gogh, not Vincent Van Gogh?
It wouldn't surprise me, honestly. It honestly wouldn't surprise me.
I only found that out through Doctor Who.
I think that's a German name. That sounds German. That wouldn't surprise me. That's German is a very weird language.
But did you know that George Lucas is not how you pronounce it? It's pronounced piece of shit.
What?
George Lucas, it's not pronounced that way. It's pronounced piece of shit.
George Lucas. See, I don't really have that much hate for him.
For with me, my only real hatred of George Lucas is his absolute inability to write dialogue and his refusal to hire someone who can actually fucking write.
I'll give George Lucas this that I wasn't able to give him this before. At least he didn't make The Last Jedi, right? He
oh my god. No.
That was the one where the dude died, right?
That fucking movie. Oh, hey, here's what we'll do. This definitely won't piss off all the Star Wars fans who are already pissed off at the direction that the new Star Wars series go.
It subverted your expectations, though. Come on.
Let's just make a glorified highlight reel of episodes 2 and 3, and then fuck it. We'll throw some Admiral gender studies, make the entire A, B, and C storyline just a filler episode of Clone Wars. Fuck it. Why not? What's the worst that can fucking happen? Fuck that movie.
Oh, wait, look what happened to Solo's box office numbers. That is the worst that could happen, man.
Yeah.
I had a problem with Star Wars from the first movie. Because it's like, you have a princess, a farm boy, a scoundrel, and a walking carpet. Only 2 of them are armed. You come up to 4 soldiers, all of them armored, all of them with weapons. What do you think happens? They turn and run away. That doesn't happen. In fact, Spaceballs got it right that they stood and fought. And I know what people say. Well, they went back to get help. And it's like, they had a 2-to-1 advantage. What military in the world would run away from a fight?
Oh no. Oh, it was like with the military strategies used in Star Wars, everybody deserved to lose in that. Everybody deserved to lose. Not one of those motherfuckers deserved victory with how terrible their military strategies are.
Oh my god.
None of you deserve to lose. If I was in that universe, I would have won I would have won so long ago there wouldn't have even been Star Wars movies. And oh, sweet Mary, Mother of Jesus.
Yeah, let me just drop my entire train of thought here and pay attention to what's going on.
I was going to say someone sent me a story about another crazy bitch on Twitter. If you want me to share.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy, more crazy bitches.
I was gonna throw singles at my screen, but I don't have any singles anymore. So
Oh, like craft singles? Is that what you're talking about?
Oh my god, that has to happen.
it was gonna be Monopoly money because I hold a very strong belief that if when I go to the strip club, I have some beauty school dropout rubbing her fake titties in my face, rhythmically clapping her fake butt cheeks to a Rob Zombie song in my face. I get handed shitty watered down liquor. I should not have to pay in real legal currency. I have not been given a real thing.
I'm going to steal that.
I've never been to a strip club.
That's awesome. You've never been to a strip club?
No. Because I don't have money.
You're a hot chick. They will get you. I promise you can do.
Oh my god.
You know what? Hey,
everyone hates me.
hey, Medusa. Next time I'm up in your area, you and Andrew, we're going to a fucking strip club.
Okay, there's not very good strip clubs around here, but
I will find a good. I will find.
Okay.
It doesn't even have to be a good one. It can just be a decent one. The strip club down the road from me. The dancers on there have bullet holes, C-section scars, and track marks in them.
Wait a minute. The decent strip clubs are the best because they try a little bit harder. When you go to a really nice one, they don't really need to try.
I've thought about creating my own strip club.
But at the really nice strip clubs, that's when you're just going to the bathroom and the attendant offers you Coke. So
oh my god, no. See, I'm gonna start my own strip club. And it's
with blackjack and hookers.
Hey!
I'm okay with everything that was just said.
But if I actually did, it would be a bisexual strip club. Like there'd be like two stages, or like a center stage and two separate stages.
That's what my favorite strip club's like. Also, on Sunday nights at like 1 a.m., it's amateur night. So every bitch that you see in that strip club ends up on stage and you get.
Why have I not experienced this?
So I'm just like, holy shit! I don't even have to buy this chick drinks in order to see her butt ass naked. I just have to wait until 1 o'clock.
You guys are some bad strip clubs because the strip clubs I've been to, it's full nudity. I mean, I don't understand like topless only. It's like fuck no. If I'm going to see a chick dance, I want to see it all.
Oh,
yeah,
dude,
I want to
that's
see
why I can't be a stripper.
Dude, that is the reason why I go to the one that's closest to me. That's kind of a shithole because one, it's full nude. Also, you can bring your own alcohol in there, and
nice.
and also a friend of mine accidentally once lit a stripper's tits on fire in there.
What?
Dude, I really like this guy. I'm just gonna state this right now. Like, I've never even met this guy until today, but I already like him. He's awesome.
Oh my god.
Gentlemen, put your hands together for flaming titties.
Oh my god. I've seen that before. Shit. I feel like shit gets even crazier at bachelorette parties and like male strip clubs because they straight up start sucking dicks in there.
Yeah. Hey, I've seen Pornhub. I know what it's like.
Oh yeah.
Also,
have you ever
have you
been to
rumors.
eFucked? If nobody's been to eFucked, go to eFucked.com right now.
Yeah, but also one time when I was at the pub, I ended up accidentally involved in a bachelorette party. I'm just like, okay. It's like women give guys shit for just going to the strip club and getting blackout drunk at their bachelor parties. Women, you turn that whole shit into just a giant dick fest that I was neither invited to nor did I want to attend.
That's fucking hilarious.
It's literally Literally everything on these bachelorette bitches is a fucking dick.
Oh yeah, no.
Literally
They have
everything.
so much
Penis
dick
cake?
stuff.
They have a cake shaped like a dick. They're wearing dick earrings. They have dicks on their
saw a
straws.
cake. I saw a cake that was a dick and it shot out semen, like fucking like frosting or whatever at the fucking chick. I want one. Someone make one for my birthday.
Didn't
Or
you
just
post
give
that
me
on
the real
Twitter or Facebook or something? I think I
Yeah.
saw that. Yeah. I was like, wow, that's a lot of cream filling. Jesus Christ, I feel kind of inadequate right now after seeing that video.
I'm just amazed at how that's actually able to work. A cake that actually ejaculates. How is that even possible?
You gotta
Well, not
get
all
those
of it is
mechanics
edible.
in there. It was just an actual dick in a cake.
Here, hang on one sec. If I can divert for a second, someone in the chat wants me to explain how my friend accidentally lit a stripper's tits on fire. So
Okay.
So since in this strip club you can smoke inside, and we all smoke cigarettes at this time, he was sitting there. He lights a cigarette because he was one of the guys who lit a cigarette with matches. Because I will say this as a former smoker, lighting it with matches makes it taste better. He was sitting there just like he just had a thing of matches, just striking them off and putting them. When he struck one, he accidentally flung it, hit the stripper right on the tits, and because they wear all that fucking titty perfume, her tits went up in flames.
Well, yeah, when you got fucking like baby oil and shit on your titties, it's gonna fucking get you.
But I mean, he must have saved her how much in waxing? That's worth at least a hand job for him.
God,
At
no.
least a hand job.
Thank God she was okay. Fuck. That's insane.
Oh yeah, we got booted out for we technically got banned for life until the place shut down temporarily and new owners took over because there was a big whole drug and prostitution thing going on.
Yeah.
Well,
All
you
right.
know, I do want to talk about the whole female side of things because, yeah, they give men a lot of shit. Like, all you think about is sex and blah, blah, blah. But you get them alone, and they are some of the nastiest creatures on earth. Like, I've had girls tell me that when it's just, like, all girls, they get really awful.
Oh,
and
yeah, dude. As shitty as... Sorry, I'm sorry.
It's fine. They're such hypocrites about it, but they think about sex more than men do. They want it more. And in fact, I heard something interesting that the difference between men and women when it comes to sex, yeah, men want sex a lot, but they generally just want one woman to have sex with. And when they're not getting it from that one woman, they might stray to another woman. Women, on the other hand, want sex with as many men as possible. And yet they're the ones that want monogamy.
I would say that's like the general thing. I would say that's maybe
I heard something very interesting comparing women and men recently, where it's like, a bunch of dudes, if they're all friends with each other and they're hanging out, then they'll talk shit to each other all the time. But as soon as like that one guy leaves, they'll be like, hey, isn't that guy like a cool dude? But women are the opposite. They'll be really nice to each other, like in person and everything. But as soon as one of those bitches leave, they'll be like, "Oh my god, that fucking bitch! Did you see that she wore the fucking same coat as me? I can't fucking stand
oh my god, yeah, dude. Here, men, we are friends. When we're friends with each other, we insult the fuck out of each other without meaning it. Women are super fucking nice to each other without meaning it. It's like there's one thing. There's a comedian. He's very funny. I mean, John Mulaney, that he said.
Oh yeah, I love him.
He said you could never put together like an Ocean's 11 of women because they would never be able to work together. And also, it's like you would always have those two who are just breaking off to talk shit about the other nine, and not even talk shit, just say weird passive aggressive shit like, "Oh, yeah. I love how you just wear anything," as they break into the casino.
See, like I've known bitches like that, and well, no, basically every single girl that I've ever met, besides maybe like one, to a point. It's like even then, like they always have something to say, but it's like I hate the ones that are so overly nice to my face, and it's like you can just tell that it's bullshit. And then when they do something crazy, it's like, man, I totally expected this. Like, why are you even trying to be nice to me?
Yeah.
Oh, it's fucking weird.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, I need to get this story out of the way because he sent me a story and I need to tell it before I forget.
Yeah.
Well, before you tell that story,
I'll be right. Hold on 1 second. I'll be right back real quick. I'll be listening on my phone real quick. I gotta go take a leak. This booze just runs straight through me.
Okay.
before you tell that story, I want to waste your time for about 10 minutes.
Motherfucker, I will eat all of your cheese out of your fridge right now.
Yeah? We'll start with this hunk.
Wait, what?
Start with this hunk of cheese.
Oh my god. I don't think. Oh, ew. Why is there cheese on it? Ew. Oh my god. I've never heard of bisexual strip clubs. That's why I'm trying to make it. Oh, one side's chicks, one side's dudes. The middle is just everything.
That probably wouldn't work just because like we're such a small percentage of the population, right?
Well, see, like well, no, it would be like it would be like either dudes or chicks could enjoy either side, and like it'd be like you can pick and choose.
So wait, are you saying that you think that straight people would go there?
Why not? Go over to the left and there's titties.
Okay, my only complaint, my only like criticism here is like no one wants to be looking at like a striptease show or whatever and then look to the side and be like seeing a guy with his dog.
It doesn't have to necessarily be in view. It can be in like separate. There could be dividers and shit. Okay.
Yeah, that would be fine. I'm so ignorant to the subject that's just kind of how I assumed that most of them worked anyway.
I don't even know. I've never even been in one.
You said that it's a small segment of society, but studies have actually shown that there are more bisexual people than gay people.
Really? I've always heard the contrary. That's crazy.
Well, it's just that they're not so vocal about it because even the LGBT doesn't like bisexual people. Straight people don't like bisexual people.
Yeah.
Most people who are bisexual pretend to be one or the other because they're so demonized in our society. Yeah, bisexual and trans are demonized in our society by all sides, even though the LGBT claims to be on their side.
I'm biracial too, so that means that everyone hates me. So like I'm like I try to make everyone hate me as much as possible. Like, you know what I mean?
You just it's in your blood.
I knew I liked this guy. You try to make everyone hate you as much as possible. I knew I liked you.
Hey, Animancer, I hate you. Even though I want to suck your dick, I still hate you.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a hate fuck. I've done many hate fuckings.
That sounds nice right now.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Hey, if it makes Medusa happy, I'll suck all your dicks.
Oh my god, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Oh Jesus Christ.
Well, it is your birthday coming up, so.
Oh my god.
Happy birthday.
Hey, yeah, Medusa, she's got links and shit in the description.
Yeah.
Buy her something on Amazon. Buy her a butt plug
like
for her Buy her a butt plug and lingerie for her birthday, damn it.
I need like way more than 4 butt plugs, obviously.
I promise I'm not pointing down to my dick right now. I'm pointing to the description. That's the description below. Yeah. Yeah.
And this hand is pointing at the description, and this one's pointing at my penis.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I just want to make that clear, you know.
Okay, let me start.
And
this
don't forget,
story.
ladies and gentlemen, I still have my nipple clips that I can put on.
Where did you buy?
Rusted.
I actually need to get a set of nipple clamps for when I go to Knoxville because there's a girl I'm meeting there who lives in Knoxville who I'm meeting up with.
I got these at Discretion, which is a sex club in Arizona. So
that's a little. Shop. Okay, holy fuck! You know, the more I talk, the more I love the town I'm living in because there's a sex shop like 6 blocks away from me.
There you go.
I didn't say sex shop. I said sex club. I went there and had sex while other people were watching.
Oh,
cool!
I've done that before.
See, why don't things like this don't exist where I live?
Well,
I'm pretty sure.
You live. If you live where I think you live, how does this not happen on Myrtle during not on Myrtle Beach?
Oh,
That's when I went for spring break.
I'm thinking.
Yeah, I know. How does that not happen on spring break? And stuff?
There's not shit happening around here. I mean,
really.
like all chicks want to do is go to bars, the beach bars, and be retarded. Like
beaches, yeah.
Yeah, it'll be beaches.
Oh hold on. I'm gonna try to do a one-handed rim shot real quick.
Oh shit!
Oh, wait, a one-handed rim job? Oh, okay.
Okay. That's even more. That was even more creative. Good job.
Oh, my
Very
shoulder's
nice.
not meant to stretch like that, but
I don't need any hands to do a rim job.
Well, yeah.
well, yeah.
Technically, you don't.
Hey,
maybe once
drive
it's,
fast,
like,
eat ass.
I have never eaten an ass. Not yet. It would have to be very, very clean.
Remember, gents,
you know
you
what
don't. Remember, gentlemen, you don't love your girl if you don't eat the ass.
Oh my god. I guess my fiance doesn't love me. Damn.
Anyone. But you know what the saying is? Ass, grass, or gas. No one rides for free.
Oh yes.
I have a full tank and I don't smoke, so that kind of narrows it down.
There you go. Just asked. Pay an ass or get the fuck out.
Read your story there.
Yes,
Not my story. It's Berserker's story that he wanted to share. So, it's Berserker in the chat and 5150 Berserker on Twitter. It says, so I dated a girl off and on for 3-ish years. It was all peachy. I'm sorry if I fuck up my words. And that shit until I went up to Ohio to meet her abusive mother and a strange abusive father. Her father was a drunk, her uncle was a tweaker, and I got into a fist fight with both of them because she instigated a situation between the three of us. Damn. After that fight, I got 12 stitches because her pops hit me with a beer bottle.
God
and
damn.
And it cut my head pretty good. I would say bad, but yeah. And then she got me to make a stalker ex-boyfriend disappear after another fight. So all good for a year and a half until she started to use the shit I did for her and stuff I told her that I told no other person because I was in love with her fully and trusted her. She ran all my close friends off, and when I stopped doing her every order and stopped responding to guilt trips, she turned my friend group against me and then made me out to be a stalker, abuser, and all that fun shit. And even called the local police department. Knowing I was on probation to get me arrested and sent to big boy jail in Atlanta. And she even to this day still stalks me online and tries to get back into my life by making nice with old friends who didn't fall for her bullshit even after we broke up. I tried to help her as a friend and was made out to be abusive because I wanted to help her at one point. At one point, this chick faked being pregnant to keep me from leaving her and stooped as low as threatening to kill herself.
Sounds like an average woman to me.
if I dumped her, so yeah, bitches be psycho. If she ever comes back around, I'll let you have first crack. Medusa.
That was
Hell yeah.
That was a joke. That was a joke, by the way. I just want to make that clear.
Yeah.
That was satire. Yeah.
God damn, dude.
That's fucking insane.
Shit.
Like,
Well, if she comes back around, I'll make sure she knows her place.
oh my god.
Oh crap.
See, like, I hear some crazy shit from. Well, see, men do crazy shit, but women do fucked up shit. Like, if that makes any sense. Like,
Yeah.
men will like cut off your face and put it on their dick, but women will like destroy your entire life and then tell your family that you died and they're all that they have, and like
it's like that's one thing. It was like with Berserker, it's like that was one thing that angered the girl I was dating. What she did, she would try to alienate me from my friends and family and stuff because once again, to quote another comedian, it was like this time Christopher Titus, he said because quote, she knew they were watching, I do too.
Sorry.
She knew they were watching, and their brains weren't fogged by sex.
Oh my! I love him. He has some really good stories about abuse. Like I remember.
And
him,
he actually helped me out a lot because it's like I had a couple abusive relationships back to back to back, and the girl who I was talking about earlier who tried to knife me, she was the last one of them. It was like after that period of time, it's like I went on a streak of being single and voluntarily celibate for a few months just because I was like, fuck all of this shit. But yeah, I was like Christopher Darcy. Yeah, it's like he did help me out a lot. And it's like, and I do take and it's like when it comes to stuff like this, I do take a page out of his playbook and every comedian's playbook, which is just like, hey, take something really fucking bad and make it funny, make a joke out of it in order to like it, because it's like the old cliche says, laughter is the best medicine, and I do wholeheartedly agree with that.
Absolutely.
Okay,
well, I'm gonna respond to a comment.
These are pushing my real glasses into my face, and it's hurting.
I want to respond to a comment in chat, which I think is very pertinent. The ranting hick, he says, I've learned I shouldn't trust anyone who would date me. And that was a problem that I really had throughout my life. Right before my disability hit me, I made a decision that I would not date anyone for a long while because I had this tendency of only dating people who were interested in me. You know, I never pursued anyone I was ever interested in. I just figured, hey, if they're into me, then that must make them the perfect person for me. I had such a low self-esteem about that. Like, you know, I know I'm not the cream of the crop, but I think that, you know, I should have tried a little bit harder to date people that I actually wanted to date. And, you know, it's like I now realize if a girl's interested in dating me, I probably shouldn't date her at all. And that just seems weird to say in my head, but it's actually true because every single time it has ended in disaster. That I should only pursue girls that I genuinely want to be with and not be like, hey, maybe I'll get sex out of this.
Yeah, right. I mean, many men and women that I've met and, you know, thought were going to be some kind of romantic relationship or whatever, they'll be like super into me like the first, you know, few weeks or whatever, and then suddenly it's just no fucking interest at all, and it's like, oh. Okay. So you've really gotta you do have to kind of pursue because it's gotta be a mutual thing, but like don't settle, basically. You know, don't settle for the first person that's like, I want your dick.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's very wise.
I agree with that. Yeah. Yeah, it's very good. Very good words.
Yeah, those are pretty words.
I had something. I had a story for that, but I was like, you know, I probably shouldn't tell that one. Because,
why?
Well, yeah, it was
Go ahead, man.
I want to hear the story you don't want to tell.
I have plenty of stories that most people don't want to hear.
Oh, me too.
We need to hear them on this show specifically because, you know, one part of improving ourselves is avoiding toxic women. So we need to hear about all the toxic women out there so we know the warning signs of what to stay away from.
Okay,
well, the only way we'll ever truly love ourselves is to find people who will support us.
Oh yeah, it was well, one thing to avoid crazy women is there's a fine balance between hot and sexy. Hot is she sings poison songs out loud. Crazy is when she sings songs out loud about poison.
That's funny. Oh god.
But
man,
I forgot. I lost my train of thought when it came to that story I was telling.
You had to focus on that joke, and you couldn't expend the effort into the other shit, right?
Dude, Dude, I have sat on that joke for like 4 years.
Okay, that's good.
Yo,
Finally.
No,
Well,
I literally once sat on a joke for 11 years before I told it.
That's crazy.
I do that too.
Yeah, it was one. It was something that came to like tit size and stuff. It was like one where it was just like so a guy walks into a lingerie shop and says, basically it was I told this joke when I was on Weibo Jones's stream. I was just like, yeah, I'd say you probably you wear a size 15 bra because I wear a size 7.5 hat. I sat on that joke for 11 fucking years before I told it.
That's good. I like
awesome.
that. That's funny.
Well, while you try to remember your story, I'm going to put something out there that I want people to remember. Because we talk about abuse a lot. And yes, men and women commit abuse across the board. And it's about 50-50. I think I can agree that maybe men are 60% abusive and women are 40%. But it's still very close to the middle. But the thing we have to remember is that while men will use their hands to commit abuse, women will pick up objects. Like in my case, where the woman used the laptop.
That's what I was saying earlier.
Yeah.
Women are far more likely to use objects, which means that they're also more likely to cause more damage.
Right. I mean, shit. Like knives. Yeah, they can cause a lot of damage. Oh, Jesus.
I mean, how many stories do we hear about knives? I mean, look at Lorena Bobbitt.
That's a lot of damage. Yeah.
And she
Bite
cut
the
off
whole
the
dick
penis
off.
from that one.
Wait, was it cut or was it bit?
It was cut off, I believe.
Really? I always thought it was bit off. Oh,
It would be very hard to bite off a penis while a man just lays there and like, okay, go ahead and bite my cock off. I mean, if a woman tries to bite off a penis, you could just smack her in the head and she'll stop. A knife, though, that's a little bit easier.
Oh, yeah.
My friend Tommy's in the chat, and I know that he has some pretty crazy stories when it comes to physical and I'd say emotional abuse. I don't know if he wants me to share it though. He's told me about it, but yeah, if he wants to come on, that would be awesome. But yeah, older women, be careful. Be careful of older women.
You know, I used to have this thought that it's like, if I date an older woman, she'll be more mature. Nope. They're all immature. Age is not a factor of maturity at all.
There was one night I was at the pub. This actually happened just a couple weeks ago. Me and a buddy of mine were hanging out at the pub. We're just having some beers. He is making me do shots because he's a very bad influence and a borderline full-blown alcoholic, and I have absolutely no willpower. So I'm just like, fuck it. If you're buying, I'll fucking do some shots. God damn. Sorry. I drink paint thinner vodka, by the way.
Okay. Me too.
Yeah, the shit.
Me too in this conversation.
Yeah, the shit that is $10 for a 2 liter. Yeah, it's shit. But But anyway,
Oh my god! I'm sorry. There are multiple people in the chat saying that they've been threatened by women with knives. Like, this is insane. Like, there's at least 2 or 3 people that have been like in the chat right now that have been threatened by women with knives. That's insane.
Really? I'm gonna pull up.
Oh fuck! Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I guess I'm young, but I've never been threatened with physical violence by anyone in real life.
I will kill a bitch if they try to.
Whoa.
I will destroy them.
I haven't been threatened by a woman with a knife before. I don't think any woman has really threatened me before. And in fact, that one bit of abuse was the only physical abuse I've ever had. But I've had a lot of psychological abuse from women. Pretty much every relationship with some form of psychological abuse.
I've never had any kind of physical abuse, but Definitely psychological.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a lot of women who like they see men as like work in progress, and like they try to groom them to be a certain way, like their ideal version of what a man should be, or what he should be in the very least. You know what I mean? Which is really fucked up. And
my mom did that.
And I can understand that. I can understand that there's a lot of people who just don't see why that's really fucked up, but it is. So it's bad, and you shouldn't do it. And people should point it out and talk about it more. Honestly, it's just so that there can be more of a dialogue about it. Because when people really think about it critically, it's hard to make an argument in favor of that type of shit, right? I don't know.
Well, but then there's the show What Would You Do? And there was that scenario where a woman is abusing a man in public, and next to no one does anything about it. And when they ask the people, why didn't you step in? Why didn't you do anything? They're like, oh, I didn't think it was a serious threat. Or another woman's like, yeah, he was getting his comeuppance. He must have done something to piss her off, and I was just cheering him on.
Exactly. Fucking exactly. That's the type of bullshit that fucking happens, man.
And then there was another one that tried to recreate that, where a woman was abusing a man, and people were just walking by laughing. Even one guy came up and hit the guy and then ran away.
Oh what my god! Like teasing,
like
lay
a hand on a woman. Every guy in the room gets up and it's like, "Dude, you gotta stop."
Yeah, even if it's not even hurting them, like if it's anything that looks slightly aggressive, they're like, "Whoa, man, just take it easy, man." Like fuck.
Whoa, just take it easy, man.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm glad you got that reference.
I miss that show so much.
I've been watching it. I just watched the episode with the Game Sphere.
Oh man, that's
that's the best episode.
It's spherical.
What show is that?
Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh.
Of course, Drake and Josh. Oh my god. Do you remember Crazy Steve? I forgot that Crazy Steve was in there. Like fucking the guy that's in iCarly.
The actor who played him, yeah.
Dude,
oh my god.
I read this insane fan theory where it was
you're gonna say a fan fiction. No.
Oh, that too.
Also, yes, but that's not what I'm talking about. Where there was this fan theory that since the guy who plays Crazy Steve and Spencer and iCarly were the same guy, it was that Crazy Steve killed Megan's entire family and then moved them, abducted her, and took her with them to Seattle.
And brainwashed her into thinking she's iCarly.
And pretend to be your legal guardian. I was just like, oh my god!
That was fucking awesome. Oh,
next time on Game Theory.
Move over Darth Jar Jar. We have the next. We have
Darth
the
Jar Jar.
Yeah.
Wait, Jar Jar is Darth Vader?
No. There was a fan theory that Jar Jar Binks was originally created to be a Sith Lord that undoes the Republic.
The true antagonist of all the
I would love if that's how it turned out.
It would have been better, but I'm glad they didn't go with it.
In my head canon, Darth Jar Jar is real.
I want that so bad. Oh god, he was my favorite character ever since I was a little kid.
I officially disown you.
Good.
I
love Jar Jar.
Look,
He's fucking hilarious.
A waste.
Look,
yes.
it was like I love a good comic relief character, which is what Jar Jar was. But Jar Jar but a comic relief character really did not have a place in Star Wars. It was created as like this gritty sci-fi universe. It's like, yeah, there was some tongue-in-cheek comedy, but when it's like such a blatant comic relief character, it's just so out of place.
Yeah, there was like comedy, like a little bit of it in like the original trilogy, right? Yeah. But and having an entire character where it's just like, sell merchandise, stupid like voice, try to sell it to kids as much as possible. It was just like it felt like such a blatant piece of pandering and advertising. That's why a lot of people it didn't sit well with them because it's
Misa making the kiddies laugh and the adults want to kill themselves.
Yeah.
What?
See, I was a kid when it came out, so that's why I loved it.
I was an adult. But what Jar Jar Binks was George Lucas saying, what can I do with this movie? Well, everyone really loved the Ewoks. So how about I create a character that is the embodiment of all of the Ewoks and then some?
No, someone said their first mistake was taking inspiration from Disney's Goofy.
That is a very valid point.
Yeah, even before that, Disney was ruining Star Wars.
Yep. They knew it was gonna happen.
Disney was planning this from the beginning. They were planning it.
Disney? Like
how is he a racial stereotype?
Yeah, I've always wondered that myself. How was he a racial stereotype?
Apparently, people were saying that it's like Jar Jar was like a racist stereotype of like Rastafarians and stuff. I'm just like, when I look at Jar Jar, the last thing I think is a Rastafarian. So that says way more about the people.
Who knows a fucking Jamaican that sounds like that?
No. The crazy thing is when people were saying that like the Trade Federation, the bad guys in the first movie, and the Phantom bullshit was saying, which I actually like the prequels, but it was.
I disown you now.
When
I like Revenge of the Sith, but not the other ones.
They were redeeming parts of it, but it's the same issue I have with every Star Wars movie. The dialogue and the writing and the pacing is bullshit. It's absolute garbage. But
I fall asleep.
But it was
trying to watch.
But people were saying that the Trade Federation in episode and the prequels were a racist stereotype of Asians or Jews or something. I've seen both. I was just like, I was like, stretch before you leap. How can you make this much of a giant leap with this? Jeez. I was like, where does this even come from?
Can we stop talking about Star Wars, for fuck's sake?
For me, I hate all of Star Wars. I mean, I liked it when I was a kid, but once I grew up and I really looked at what it is complete crap. George Lucas might be a good storyteller and a good world builder, but everything else, he is just crap. The only good movie of the entire thing was Episode 5. That's the only small exception I'll give, but the rest of it is just crap. And I've upset him so much he had to leave.
Do you have any
stormtroopered
idea?
off.
Do you have any idea how Hangouts works on phones? Because
no.
Not really.
I'm pretty sure like you have to open it in like Google Chrome or some shit.
By the way, I'm only gonna be able to stay for like 30 more minutes. By the way.
Yeah, I know.
Damn. The batteries in this are dead because otherwise I was gonna activate the lightsaber I actually own.
Oh my god.
I own lightsaber chopsticks. The only thing good to come out of Star Wars was lightsaber.
I own a real lightsaber. God damn it!
It can't be a real lightsaber. We can't control energy like that.
Well, close enough. Damn it!
Oh.
I got lightsaber chopsticks for Christmas. I'm happy with these, by the way.
I know.
I've noticed. I'm pretty sure ever since then I've seen like
in every stream.
Yeah, in every stream. The first since like Christmas, I've seen you have those.
I fucking love these. I'm trying to recreate Hub versus Dorkman. For anyone who's seen that.
Cannerblade. You know, I've got one of those too, Medusa.
I have a few.
I have one of these too. I have one of those right behind me. I have to pull it out now.
Oh my god. I can see it.
Realize that YouTube's going to block us if you pull it out.
Don't worry about it. Oh my god. Medusa needs lightsaber nipple rings that glow. No, I don't need them.
Oh my god.
I would pay for that. Like little,
no, just give me a lightsaber dildo. That'd actually be pretty cool. Oh fuck. No, I could just use a regular lightsaber as a dildo.
Okay, through my headphones I heard lightsaber dildo as I was grabbing this.
Yeah, they were like, you need lightsaber nipple rings. I was like, no, I need a lightsaber dildo.
Well,
here's your lightsaber dildo.
I've got a question.
No, hey, I have a better one sitting right here.
What do you think? What does this symbol mean? What does this symbol mean to you? What's this symbol mean to you?
It means I should punch you in the shoulder.
It means multiple things to me because it's like half a meme and half like shit. Half like ironic, half.
Hold on.
Wait, what?
Carry on. Actually, while I put this up, I gotta pull some up on my. I have to pull up a meme on my Twitter real quick. That
Oh my god.
me of.
Oh, great.
Next time you see a Mexican, do this to them.
Oh no, Medusa. You know what it actually is though? It's the OK sign. It's the.
Well,
OK.
yeah, that's what I was gonna say.
It's the OK.
Fuck. That's what I usually use it as, but you know, some people.
I like to invert it and do this to people.
I like
And the circle game.
Yeah, it looks like you're wearing glasses when you do that.
Yeah, because I'm totally.
Yeah.
Wait, what? What happened, Mr. Misanthropic?
Wrong, but either way,
I'm doing it on purpose now. You can't stop me.
you know what? That's fun. Where is it? I shared a meme. I'm trying to find it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Let me see. I can screen share. Yes, share screen. Boom! Right here. I send this to the.
I figured this would be grab a pussy, not this. It doesn't really get that way. You got to go from under.
Oh my! I know, right? It's like it should have been, but it was just I had to figure out something to do with American Sign Language and just relate it to shit.
Jews kill lynch game.
I like this symbol. End feminism. End women's power.
And women's rights, I agree. Repeal the 19th Amendment, make women property again. What?
Oh my god. Just do it.
What the hell is this idiom?
Reclaim
Constantinople.
What?
Interesting.
I'm gonna see if I can get my ukulele working.
If you want to see more dank memes like this,
oh yeah,
definitely. This has been my favorite meme since I found this. It is absolutely.
Here's hoping, and if you look up what this means,
oh my god. Well, okay. See,
double rape.
Oh my god.
Wait, what's double rape?
Here's hoping, double rape.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So, fuck, you made me forget what I was gonna say, you little bitchlet.
Bitchlet, I'm stealing that.
What, bitchlet? I also say bitch Lloyd and
I just say bitch nigga, but
hey, don't get my stream naked.
Hey,
wait, did you just say don't get my stream naked?
No, it's don't get my stream kicked off.
Naked? Okay.
Oh,
no! God dang it! Oh shit! What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I found a whole.
Hey, I identify as race and gender fluid, so Trump card for everyone.
Literal Trump card. But
I identify as Trump card fluid.
I identify as Trump.
Sexual.
But yeah, I saw a very wholesome meme the other day.
Medusa, I'm gonna grab you by your pussy. It's meant to be grabbed. That's why it's called a snatch. It's gonna be great. It's gonna be done. It's gonna be huge, like that booty of yours.
That's the funniest thing I've ever heard.
I'm going to quote Rodney Dangerfield. Hey, we're all going to get laid.
Okay, let me tell you about this meme because
memes.
I actually the memes of Cream's Discord. I saw it on Cream's Discord, but he some random person like posted a meme of you know the picture of the cat that's like got one claw in each like sweater on two chicks and it's just like like pulling really hard.
Yeah, I know what you're. Yeah.
So it said hydrogen was the cat and oxygen was the dude. It's so fucking stupid.
That is so dumb, but it's so
Oh
funny.
my god, that
Okay,
is.
I didn't understand
most
anything you
wholesome
said.
meme
You
I've
just
ever
have to
seen.
show me this meme.
What?
Oh my god.
I didn't understand anything you said, so I guess I'll just
Okay, yeah.
It's a science meme.
I saved it
I
on my
get
phone.
that it's
so I
a
can send it
science
to you.
meme if it's hydrogen and oxygen, and if you're
Do
trying to
you
create
remember the
water,
old
you can make it into two cats, which will be interesting.
No, it's one cat holding on really hard to two chicks. That doesn't make any sense really, but it's it's like pulling.
It's like my fuck swing where you have someone's like this.
Oh my god. Yeah, it's like a cat hanging from two people.
So is the cat then oxygen and those two things are hydrogen? Because that makes more sense to me.
Wait, but there's no wait. H2. Oh fuck! Sorry, I mixed it up. Shit, I'm stupid.
I just love how she said that. H2.
Fuck you.
Oh fuck!
H2O fuck.
God damn it! You're such an asshole.
H2O fuck. That'd be a great name for a band. Hey, Animancer, want to start a band called H2O fuck?
Yeah, let's do it right now, dude.
Oh my god, I want to start a band so bad.
I've been in like 4 bands that have all just dissolved very quickly because we could not get people who could show up to practice.
Oh, that's stupid. See, we would show up to practice every time, but everything that we did was fucking stupid because like
I can deal with.
No, I mean like these people would okay. I got into this band and they say, "Oh yeah, our name is Ice Pick." Quick Google search. That already exists. There's already a metal band called Ice Pick.
See, that's why I just do that. The best thing since I always played in like punk or metal bands, just find like just random like shock value words and just pick 2 at random. You got like a 50-50 chance that you're the only group with that name.
The name that they want.
There are actually a couple bands based out of my state, about 2 hours from me. That one is called Old Tube Steak and the other is called Meat Curtains. They actually did a tour together.
I love Meat Curtain. That's awesome.
Yeah, that's good. But
penis triggered.
There was actually a band I listened to that their first band name was called Nazi Penis.
That's fucking awesome.
They changed the name to the much more politically correct Turbo Negro.
Oh my god, that's awesome. But yeah, so they wanted, after I told them that already existed, they were like, "Oh, okay, we're gonna change it to Devil's Chamber." And I was like, man, really?
That's like 4 porns I've watched.
We're going to name it Devil's Zygote.
Hey, Medusa, Pimp Monk told you the name of that video that got him taken down off YouTube, like from streaming that one time, right?
It was like Nazi workouts or whatever, right?
No, it's called Nazi sizing.
Yeah.
Oh yeah!
I love that so much. That's fucking awesome. I wish I got to see that.
I know.
Oh god.
I know.
But
I keep telling him, like, dude, you need to remake that video and like put it on BitChute or
dude,
whatever.
do it, yeah.
Oh shit! But Berserker 5150 says is that he was in a band called Septic Cunt. That's awesome.
Come here, Jerpy. Ow, fuck.
That is hilarious.
Right,
You know that when she's like sucking dick, she keeps hitting it into her head, right?
Okay.
Okay, do that again, but slower while I turn my camera off and make coffee.
Here, let me take my shorts off.
Oh my god, no, please. That's some rough coffee there, Dave.
yeah, the coffee. Yeah, the grinder needs a bit of work.
I'm gonna smother you in love.
I'm not liking Derp right now because he's covering up the best part of you.
Wow.
You can look. Oh, the best part. Thanks. You can look at his titties and his.
Isn't he a boy?
I'm just.
Here, talk to everybody, Derpy. What you gotta say?
You're aware dogs don't talk, correct? You are aware of that.
Look at Derpy. Look at his smile. I think
I
he's
know.
That's why his name is Derp, because he's such a derp.
Look, all I'm saying is just looking at Derp's face, he is definitely planning something. He has something really bad coming up.
It's like a snorting noise.
He has something.
All I'm saying, Medusa, is you always complain about not having pot. Stop feeding it to Derp. He is high as fuck right now.
No, I just blow it in his face.
God, I wish I had pot. That'd be great.
I wish I had pot. Goddammit.
I wish I could do pot, but my job. I live under the tyranny of random piss tests, so
that sucks. But
well, what you do is you piss in a cup before you start smoking pot and save it.
I know people have done that before,
but it's a way to get around it.
Except, see, the thing is that with my job, when you go to pee in the cup, there's actually some dude sitting there who watches you pee, who is enjoying their job way too much. They're enjoying it way too much.
That's why they sell those like literal like fake dicks and shit so that you can piss clean.
I've seen those. Yeah. I've actually seen
like
those
if you're
before.
that desperate to piss clean, maybe you don't need that job.
No. Here's, I will tell you how to beat any drug test. As after you do the
condone this.
No, allegedly. Just get some red wine vinegar, pour yourself a couple like 2 or 3 shot glasses of it, knock those back, drink a shit ton of water, go for a run every day for a little bit, and make sure it's not your first pee of the day. Boom, you're good. Allegedly, so I've been told. I wouldn't know about this at all.
Yeah, if someone's watching you pee, the best way to like fake a pee test is say, "Hey, dude, look at that cock over there." And when they turn, then you do the whole.
Look at that cock over there.
Oh, hold on. God damn it. Cowbell.
Man, all this talk is really
have more cowbell.
All this talk is really making me need to piss. So.
Oh my God.
Me? Okay, so it's not just me.
Me too.
Oh well, fuck. Fine.
I thought we didn't meet you here.
I would drink, but I'm out of booze. So
you just need to come have some of these.
I need to get more fucking. I need to get meat again. The closest store near me is that sells meat is like an hour away, and I'm just like, it is worth that fucking drive. I've literally driven an hour and a half down to a military base near me so I could buy liquor on a Sunday before.
Really? Damn.
Yes.
That's dedication.
Also, no. At that base, it was $35 for a 2-liter of Crown Royal.
Ew.
That I was just like, this is too cheap. This is too cheap for me to pay.
Wait, 2 liters? Wait.
A 2-liter of Crown Royal for $35.
That doesn't sound right.
I had to like triple check that price first. Keep a condom with clean piss in your pants. That's disgusting. That is disgusting, but I will definitely use that. I mean, I won't. I mean, allegedly, I don't do drugs.
Allegedly.
Alleged.
As long as you say allegedly, it's all good. Keep that in mind.
God. Does anybody remember the Amanda Show?
I've heard of it. I never watched it. I saw commercials for it and stuff on TV, but I never watched it.
Man, that shit was so funny. Stupidly funny. And now looking at how Amanda Bynes is now. It's great.
Amanda Bynes, I think I've seen some of her shit on Twitter.
Her show?
Her
Wait,
shit.
what?
Some of her tweets. I think I've seen her on Twitter.
Oh my God. I have not. I saw Oh my god, Shane
So,
Dawson.
I'm sorry. The monsters in Red Bull and shit are wearing off. So
Yeah. Fuck. Completely forgot what I was gonna say.
something about Shane Dawson
Yeah,
related
Shane
to
Dawson's
Amanda
parody
Bynes.
of what's it called? Miley Cyrus's stupid ass fucking song.
Which one?
The fuck. What is it called? We Can't Stop or whatever.
Never heard of it.
We
That
can't
song
stop.
was like huge for like 1 year, right? At the start of like
Yeah,
1
I
year.
hated it so much. But yeah, he did a parody of it, and it was very well done. Wait, no. Actually, it was Bart Baker's parody, and Shane Dawson was Amanda Bynes in it.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, that was funny.
Oh god, that was like
I'm looking that up right now. I will watch that as soon as the show ends.
oh my god, it's great. Ooh,
Oh
a
shit,
nice-
we're breaking out musical instruments here.
I'm breaking it out. Oh, it needs a little bit more tuning.
Holy shit. My bladder is about to explode. It's crazy.
Leave it, sir.
No,
Well,
I'm gonna.
take a leak. I'm sure you have a bottle somewhere around there.
No, I'm not. I would never do that. That's unprofessional.
Oh my god.
That's unprofessional. Plus me, I'd probably get too high and be like.
on this show because that's news to me.
Wait, what?
Are we supposed to be professional on this show?
Oh.
Because that's news to me.
Professional. What are you talking about?
Yeah. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm clearly a professional.
Oh god. Bitches ain't shit but hoes and tricks. Lick on these nuts and suck the dick. And get the fuck out after you're done. And hop into my ride and make a quick run.
That might
I
be my new ringtone.
I was looking for my recorder, but I can't find it, so I'm just going to play my block of wood.
Oh my god.
At least
No.
that's the one. That's the one instrument that every man can play, right?
Oh my god. Oh my god. You got a freaking guitar? Oh my god.
It's actually a bass, but close enough.
Oh, okay. Sorry. I didn't look that close.
No, my guitar's way over there, but I'm not actually. And my amp is busted.
Ain't shit. So lick the nuts and suck the dick. Bitches ain't shit. Wait, no. Shit. Oh, that's like my favorite song by Filthy Frank. Oh, shit. Oh, and there's also, what was it? Wait, no. Wait, hold up. No, wait. Oh, no, gotta look it up.
All ukulele songs sound exactly the same to me.
Dude, they totally do. I'm pretty sure I know how to play Somewhere Over the Rainbow. It's literally all the same chords. I just have to know the like order.
I will say the good thing is like after abandoning guitar to like to learn how to do drums and bass. Well, not really learn how to do drums, but it was I found out that when I was playing my guitar, I now have like an 8-fret reach.
Oh damn!
Like I can stretch across 8 frets if I wanted to, which I was like, fuck that shit, because that's too difficult to be able to do consistently.
Oh damn! One of my favorite songs by Filthy Frank is called "Dog Festival." If you don't know what it is, then you need to find out. It's a good song. I just gotta figure out what the fucking the tabs are.
I agree, Berserker bass players. As a bass player, I can tell you that we are indeed useless cunts.
Okay.
I can confirm that.
Well, point of fact, I was a
Unless
bass
your name-
player. I was a bass player in high school, although I did the stand-up bass, which
I did
is a
that
really
too.
badass instrument.
I did that
Oh,
too. It's like it's an entirely different thing to like something like what I have right here. It's like a whole different beast.
That's a whole different bass.
God damn it! Hold on. Up.
That's not it.
A whole different bass. Everyone keep that in mind.
That's like my favorite. I just can't fucking strum that good and sing at the same time.
You know, you should call yourself Sweet Titties.
That's so random.
Well, no,
Thanks.
it's a good artist name. I'm Sweet Titties because I play sweet music and I got titties.
Someday. Oh, we'll see. Virgin Killer sweater spotted. Oh, you noticed? I have like the original Virgin Killer sweater, and then I saw this, and I was like, oh, now we got a hole in the middle. I gotta have that shit. So yeah, Amazon wish list. Check that shit.
Yeah, all those virgins are dead now.
Link is in the description.
Oh, dude.
And not just because I sacrificed all the virgins to Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's true.
What does Cthulhu want with virgins?
I don't know. We do not question what he does.
I mean,
Did you?
if I was Cthulhu, I'd rather have some sluts than virgins. I mean, sluts know what to do with the tentacle. Virgins,
See, that's what I've never understand. And with the jihad shit, it's just like, why the fuck would you want 72 virgins? If I have to teach 72 hoes, if I have to teach 72 bitches how to have sex, I will probably kill myself again.
I don't even want to be in the same room as 72 women, or much less two.
Oh god.
Because then they'll start talking to each other and turn against me.
I'm gonna.
That's what I can't understand with polygamy. It's like even if they're both blind and deaf, they will figure out a way to communicate with each other, and they will find a way to say that you are the asshole.
You know what the bad thing about polygamy is? 2 mother-in-laws.
Oh my god.
That's it.
That's funny.
I got that from Star Trek, so.
Mhm. Holy shit.
I'm gonna have to head off because I got something to do in like 5 minutes or so. But it's been good joining you guys as always. I love talking to you guys and coming here to hang out and chill. But yeah, thanks for having me.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Always.
much. And everyone have a good night. Thanks to everyone who checks this show out and everyone in the audience. And yeah,
And thank you for coming as well, because you're just a lot of great fun.
Oh,
no
yeah,
problem, man. I appreciate that. It was good talking to all 3 of you guys.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Peace out, bro.
See you.
Did he just call Medusa a guy? I mean, I thought the tits kind of gave it away.
Hey, I don't care. It's not,
Hey,
as long as-
if you've ever been to Asia, you know there are some convincing traps out there.
Okay.
Just ask Pimp Monk.
Hey, don't
my
tell me
God.
that. They want to go to Japan and hook up with some Asian chicks. Now I have to be careful? Shit.
Oh my god.
Wear a rubber. Wear a rubber.
That's what I hear, but, you know, I'm just going to go out to the villages where the girls don't get out much.
Oh my god.
Welcome to the rice field, motherfucker.
Holy shit. So yeah.
Can we start wrapping up?
Yeah, I was gonna say if anybody has any questions, feel free to ask them in the chat.
Well, I want to give a final rant to tie all of this together. So as we started at the beginning of it and we sort of dismissed as soon as we could, this is the time about improving yourself. You know, we need to stop letting women define us. You know, we talk about the alpha male or the dude culture or stuff like that. That's all women defining us. I mean, the only reason why that one guy can get all the chicks is because he's playing to what the women want. We can't compare ourselves to that. We've got to focus on what makes us happy, what makes us want to be better people. And when we build our confidence, then women want us. But if we try to play their game, we can never please them. And the best thing we can do is avoid the crazy bitches. And I know it sounds funny saying that, but it's true. I mean, we all have horror stories out there. We all know the warning signs, and, you know, we ignore it because we want the pussy. We want to fuck them. And once we have sex with them, then we don't see any of their horribleness until they're chasing after us with a knife. You know, take some pride in yourself. And I'm really being sincere in this. Take some pride in yourself and don't sell yourself short. If a woman is not on par right away, don't make excuses for her. Don't be like, well, you know, maybe if I sleep with her, you know, she might calm down a bit. No, she'll be even worse. You've got to.
That is not an option. Oh.
You know, I wish someone told me when I was 20, it's like, look, you want to be happy in life, you got to focus on yourself. You got to put yourself through school. You got to get a good job. You've got to just be happy with who you are. And once you have that confidence built inside yourself, then people are going to want to be around you. Instead, I played the game of, if I try to please everyone around me, they'll like me. And guess what? It never happened. I spent most of my life chasing after a dream that if I was likable, then people would like me. And I would give anything to go back and be like, you know, I'm going to be a selfish jerk. I'm going to focus on what makes me happy and what gives me confidence. So that is my message to all those guys out there. And, you know, we have Valentine's Day coming up, and that's just going to be a horrible time. I mean, single guys, we're going to be like, oh, I wish I had a girlfriend so I wasn't single on this day. And married guys, or even guys who are dating, are going to be like, why is it I have to spend so much money on this woman who's not going to give anything back? Yeah, maybe she might have sex with me, but it's going to come at such a high cost. You know, I like the Japanese. They have a holiday where men give everything to women, and then another holiday where women give everything to men. We need to adopt that in this country. But don't fret about Valentine's Day. If you're single, be happy you're not in a relationship, so you don't have to play this stupid game of spending all of this money on the hopes that maybe she'll be happy enough to suck your dick. Focus on yourself. Make yourself the best version of you.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, man.
Absolutely. Even if you don't feel like, you know, you are your best version of yourself yet, if you're at least on the journey, that's a start. Because I mean, I know when I met Andrew, he was still he is still getting over the fact over his last relationship that ended pretty badly, and you know, he's realizing that he's got, you know, some things that to work on himself, which I also have stuff to work on myself. So it's not that you have to be a perfect version of yourself, because there is no perfect version. Just you being yourself and trying. The try is the biggest part, I think.
Yeah, it's like when people talk about like the perfect version of themselves, fuck that shit. Fuck whatever like perfect version of yourself you think that other people want. Find out what makes you happy. Find out what you is the one that makes you the most satisfied, the one that makes you happy with who you are and what you do and all that shit. And you focus on that. Focus on yourself. Because that's something that I find a lot of people seem to neglect. It's your life. It's not everybody else's life who's surrounding you. It's your life. So fuck all that shit. Make you happy. Do what makes you happy. Make your life be something that you enjoy doing, because you only get one life, and it's just make yourself happy. Focus on yourself. Do what you want to do. Make yourself happy. Fuck anybody else, whatever anybody else thinks.
Oh yeah.
And I 100% agree with that. And a point that he made right there, the perfect version of yourself. You'll notice I didn't say perfect version, and I'm not saying anything about what he said, but he's absolutely right. We're not talking about the perfect version of you because there's no such thing. We're talking about the best version of you. And the best version of you is someone who is happy with themselves, someone who is confident, and someone who doesn't put it onto anyone else to define them. And that's what you need to focus on. You know, I'm not there yet, but I'm working on it. And like I said, it's going to take me a couple of years to reach my goal of self-sufficiency. You know, I don't have any illusions that it's just going to magically happen. I know it's going to take a lot of hard work to get there. Especially with my disability, it makes it even harder. But I'm very positive that I can get there. You know, I just got to put the work in, and so do you. Put the work into yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Also, another point, the fact that if you do happen to find someone that you feel like you could be in a relationship with, make sure that they are supporting you and not hindering you, because there's a big difference between, you know, being, you know, supporting yourself and then like having someone want or make you want to continue doing that, or they can put you down and, you know, make you feel like, you know, what you're doing is shit. Because when I was the last relationship I was in, the guy that I was with, he did not like the fact that I was starting to do YouTube. He did not like that I was going on live streams very often. And I realized,
like me,
right? I realized that was not okay, and that was something that I really needed to get away from. Because if someone doesn't like support something that can be beneficial to me, why would I want them to be in my life if their judgment is completely off? So yeah, it's you gotta find if you do find a person, you gotta make sure that they are 100% about building you up as well as themselves.
just remember when you find that special someone, WWVD, what would Vanessa do? Or what would venereal diseases do? Either or work.
Oh jeez. Your laugh is hilarious. Oh god.
Okay, it wasn't that funny. I mean, it was pretty. But...
him laughing is making me laugh.
Laughter's contagious. They always best medicine. Yeah.
Well, either the woman is the perfect woman like Vanessa, or she's a venereal disease.
That is a very valid point.
I'm venereal Vanessa. That's me.
Venereal. I'd still do you.
Oh god.
Yeah. You're like Margot Robbie. I would let you give me AIDS, but
Oh shit. So yeah, I haven't been looking at the chat, but next week, who knows? We'll see what we talk about. It might just go more on the female abusers thing.
Well, we kind of talked about that this time around.
Well, yeah, I mean, going off of that, possibly going into being sexually assaulted, because I still want to talk about that, but because it is a different situation, you know, domestic violence and sexual violence, but yeah, I think that would be a beneficial thing to talk about, especially for me, because like I don't know a lot of women who have come out saying like, yeah, these people did this to me, you know, and it was a woman. Like, oh, what do you know? But
which is weird, because lesbian couples have the highest domestic and sexual abuse rates. So,
but they're also the least likely to talk about it, which is
Yeah.
kind of interesting because primarily no one will really believe them. People will focus, oh, you were in a lesbian relationship? That's so hot. And it's like, well, no, it was abusive. Like, oh, yeah, did she really give you a good space? And it's like, that's part of it. The other part is that there's a lot of pressure from the LGBT to focus that men are the abusers. But funny enough, gay men have the lowest rate of sexual abuse and violence.
Yeah. All I'll say on that is there is a reason why gay men and lesbians fucking hate each other. Under normal circumstances, they can't bear to be in the same room with each other. And for some reason, they're thrown to the same minority group.
Mm.
And just remember, gay men love boobs.
Someone
Everyone
said the
loves
lesbians
boobs.
here are not very hot. None of the lesbians that I have met were hot at all. Actually, maybe one.
Lipstick lesbians are hot. Butch
I've
diet,
never met any.
gross.
Yeah,
I've bisexual girls, but it's like the last real relationship I was in, not this abusive one, but the one before that, was with two women. We were in a poly relationship, but they went around and told everyone they were gay. They just didn't include me. Like, they said it was easier that way. But they were definitely ugly bitches.
Okay. All right. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I think we're gonna wraps it up. But if you would like to join us next time, Thursday at 8, be there or be some kind of,
Geometric
polygonal.
shape.
Yeah.
Be there, be an absolute fucking wanker.
Yeah, exactly.
Can I be both?
Yep.
Only if you turn the camera off because we don't want Medusa to get banned.
Yeah. But yeah, Mr. Do you have anything you'd like to
Mr. is
show?
fun. So yeah, it's just the typical shit. Sub to my channel, follow me on Twitter. Sub to my channel, Mr. Misanthropic. I'm the one with the logo who's been typing in the chat. Follow me on Twitter at TwistedMr5. I did do a stream a couple days ago where I just went down a absolute fucking rabbit hole, where I've gone down an absolute rabbit hole of pedophiles online and stuff. I'm going to be doing a follow-up to that at some point. Probably on Sunday when I don't have work, so I can get properly inebriated to deal with that bullshit. But yeah, that's where I got to chill.
Cool. Okay.
All right, I guess that's my turn to shill. Everything you can find about me will be down in the box below. My Patreon, my PayPal. I'm trying to raise money to get health insurance so I can try to get a handle on my disability, but it also goes to my day-to-day stuff. Every little bit helps. Big shout out to Ohio Dan, who's my biggest contributor. Beyond that, if you don't want to do either one of those, check out my book, How to Destroy a Woman Now, which was a book I made in response to another book, How to Destroy a Man Now, which contains some illegal shit in there. Like, it talks about creating news sites or going to news sites and reporting someone did something horrible to you and trying to get the police involved, which is filing a false report to try to get someone arrested. So yeah, it's some pretty bad shit in there that I want to see taken down. So I figured if I wrote something to offend feminists, they'll get my book taken down, and then we can pressure Amazon in taking the other book down. So if you buy a copy of it, you help make it popular enough for feminists to notice it.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, because I will say that's at least 3 or 4 different charges right there.
Dude, yeah. Like, I don't know how the actual author hasn't been looked into, but nobody gives a shit about that.
Well, it is a pen name. That's not a real name. But yeah, if you actually go to the book and see the author, it will say mad_cat. So I didn't use my actual name. Although I do have books under my actual name. I also want to announce that I have a new channel. It's called Concrete Desk Productions. It's not political in any way, but it's where I'm going to be discussing a lot of writing education. And one of my new series coming out is called MBTI Guy, where I look at shows and TV movies and analyze the characters' personalities and also see what they would be like in a relationship. So look out for that. I'll probably be posting that once that becomes live. But the channel is there. I'm doing my DDPY stuff, my yoga stuff, and my disability and how the yoga is helping me with my disability. So look out for that. It's called Concrete Desk Productions.
Yeah. You guys already know what I do. My birthday's coming up on the 26th. You can send me gifts on Amazon. If you don't see something that you'd like to send me, I can always add it. You can also send me tips on PayPal, and I can send you art or boobs.
Art,
but
yeah.
of boobs.
Yes, art of boob. I would love to make you some boob art. Please let me make you some boob art. I will print I will paint my boobs, print them on a piece of paper, and I will send it to you if you donate to PayPal.me/Medusa. So yeah, all that good stuff. Follow me on all the shit and in the Instagrams and yeah. All right, and tune in next week to the Macho Show. I will see you guys later. Peace.